Hello, and welcome to today's episode of In the Moment. I'm your host, Michael Clark, certified life coach, former therapist, and owner of Clark Coaching Services. I was a therapist for 8 years of my career and have been a life coach for almost 2 years now. And I just want to give back and share my knowledge and experience with you to try to help navigate this thing we call life. Thank you in advance for listening, and I'm so glad you're here. Hey there. Welcome back to In the Moment. This episode is going to be a bit different because I'm going to answer some common questions that many of you have regarding life coaching. First, however, if you don't know who I am, I'm Michael Clark, a life coach, transformation specialist, and former therapist. Over the years, I've had the privilege of talking with many women who were standing at a kind of crossroads and needed assistance to move forward, but were maybe afraid to do so due to questions of uncertainty or fear, or not knowing if the right move was to speak to a life coach versus another professional. So today's episode is really just a conversation about that space, just a thoughtful look at some of the questions that often come up when women begin wondering whether a life coach might be helpful. Let's level set for a moment and know that hesitation is very normal. You might be wondering, is this really for me? Is it worth the investment? What actually happens in coaching? Do I need therapy instead? Am I going to be judged or pushed too hard? These are thoughtful questions and ones that I will answer without further ado. First question. What's the difference between a life coach and a therapist? This is often the biggest point of confusion. And the most important thing to understand is that therapy and coaching are not competing services. They are different forms of support that serve different needs. Therapy is typically focused on healing emotional pain, processing trauma, managing anxiety or depression, and understanding long-standing psychological patterns. Therapists are licensed mental health professionals who diagnose and treat clinical conditions using evidence-based treatment methods. Their work often involves helping you understand how past experiences continue to influence your present thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Life coaching is generally more forward-focused. Instead of diagnosing or treating mental health conditions, coaching tends to center on questions like, where are you now? Where would you like to be? And what obstacles are making that difficult? Coaching often addresses areas such as goal setting, life direction, confidence, and self-esteem. Also, it looks at decision-making, productivity, relationship dynamics, personal identity, and major life transitions. Emotions absolutely come up in coaching, but the focus is usually on insight that leads to action, and action that leads to meaningful change. The simple way to think about it is this. Therapy often helps you understand and heal your past. Coaching helps you build and move towards your future. Many women benefit from both at different times in their lives. There's no hierarchy. Only what support fits your needs right now. Having worked as a therapist for many years, I'm grateful that I can now bring that deeper understanding of patterns into coaching, approaching the work with both psychological insight and a strong focus on real life change. Second question. What actually happens in a life coaching session? Well, for many people, this part feels mysterious. They imagine something intense, formal, or uncomfortable. But most coaching relationships begin with a consultation. A simple conversation where both you and the coach are assessing fit. You're not being evaluated. You are exploring whether the space feels safe, respectful, and productive. If you decide to move forward, there is often a deeper intake process. This is where coaching becomes more structured and holistic. We look at your daily routines, stress levels, work demands, sleep habits, emotional patterns, motivation, relationships, and overall sense of fulfillment. The goal is not to rush into solutions. It is similar to how a doctor gathers information before recommending treatment. We're trying to understand the full picture of your life. In early sessions, many women began discovering that the issue they initially identified is only part of the story. Someone may come in believing the main problem is time management and realize it's actually chronic burnout, or believe the issue is a difficult relationship and discover it connects to long-standing confidence patterns. This discovery phase can feel relieving because someone is truly listening, not immediately trying to fix or direct you. Over time, goals begin to take shape, not goals imposed on you, goals clarified with you. Together, we identify what feels meaningful, realistic, and aligned with who you would like to become. From there, coaching involves structured accountability, reflection, and consistent forward momentum. Some sessions focus on practical steps. Some focus on mindset shifts. Some focus on adjusting expectations when life becomes unpredictable. But the overall experience is collaborative and grounded in helping you stay connected to what matters most to you. I also provide a very comprehensive coaching plan with tools and actionable steps that you can even program into AI for brief mini coaching sessions as needed. Third question: what does it cost to hire a life coach? Cost is definitely an important and valid consideration. There's sometimes a perception that coaching is a luxury service. But when you look at what people actually bring into coaching, it rarely feels like luxury. It's often burnout, decision fatigue, relationship strain, loss of direction, emotional overwhelm, feeling responsible for everyone else's needs. Support in these areas is not indulgent. It's often deeply necessary. Across the United States in 2025, individual coaching sessions commonly range from approximately $65 to $125 per hour, though pricing varies widely depending on experience, specialization, and program structure. Many coaches offer packages, payment plans, or different levels of support. When women invest in coaching, they are not simply paying for conversation. They are investing in clarity, confidence, support, emotional steadiness, and creating and learning to adhere to boundaries. Sometimes that investment leads to career changes, healthier relationships, improved productivity, or renewed self-trust. In that sense, coaching is less about cost and more about long-term impact. I even offer sliding scale fees as well as free coaching at times as an introduction to my services. My first priority is not becoming rich. My first priority is to help others due to the calling that I have to this field. Fourth question: what kinds of issues do women actually bring into coaching? Coaching conversations are rarely abstract. They are grounded in real, everyday life. One major theme is career transition. Women may feel underchallenged, overworked, unsure about their next move, ready to explore entrepreneurship, or just how to succeed in a career that has been predominantly run by men. Another common theme is confidence and identity. Many women appear capable and successful externally, while internally questioning their worth or direction. Coaching helps bring awareness to strengths, limiting beliefs, and opportunities for growth. Work-life balance also comes up frequently, especially for women who feel emotionally responsible for others at home, at work, or in relationships. Coaching can help clarify priorities, energy management, boundaries, and personal fulfillment. With my coaching, relationships are a central focus, but not necessarily the type of relationship you might think. Yes, romantic partnerships, family dynamics, communication challenges, and patterns of overgiving often become important coaching topics. However, if you don't deal with the most important relationship you have first, the relationship with yourself, then all of the other external relationship issues can't be resolved. So, to wrap up, if you've been hesitant about hiring a life coach, that hesitation does not mean something is wrong with you. It often means you are being thoughtful, protective of your time, protective of your emotional energy, and even protective of your finances. And all of that's okay. But support does not have to wait until you are completely overwhelmed. Sometimes the first step is simply curiosity, simply allowing yourself to consider, maybe I don't have to navigate this alone. Whether you choose coaching, therapy, or another form of support, what matters most is giving yourself permission to be supported. Because strong women are not strong because they carry everything by themselves. They are strong because at some point they learn they don't have to. You don't owe me anything, but I do have a favor to ask. Just take a moment to reflect on what kind of support might help you feel more steady, more clear, and more connected to your own life. You deserve clarity. You deserve direction. You deserve to feel grounded. And you are not alone. Thank you.